Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know I'm sorry I've been absent for a little bit, but battling sinuses because it's that time of year again. But last week I went to see the new horror movie Immaculate, and I was like just really hoping for a win here because when it comes to horror movies, the past few I've seen in theaters have really either slumped or not been all that great. So I'm like, come on, give me a good horror movie this time. And I was happy to see that Immaculate definitely did the job here. Immaculate tells the story of a young woman who is of devout faith, and she is invited to this Italian covenant that is supposedly picture perfect. I mean, the covenant's purpose is to assist those who are of faith pass on to the other side. So basically, everyone here is supposedly dying or has cancer or some kind of nature, but only to later that this young woman later discovers that this covenant has a terrifying secret. And oh boy, it does. When I think of movies like this, religious horror flicks, they're usually the things that first struck my mind are demons, exorcisms, curses, things of that nature. And honestly, when it comes to this kind of genre, there's really not much you can do in that kind of genre because a lot of them all revolve around the same thing: possession and demons possessing people and priests coming to exorcise that demon. They usually fall under the same concept, but it was nice to see that this movie kind of took it in a different kind of twist. It was more on the lines of psychological than a religious horror flick. This movie stars Sydney Sweeny. If you guys don't know who she is a star from the HBO drama Euphoria, and she does an amazing job with this character she plays. She goes through so much character development. The character she plays is, of course, is of devout faith, but the reason why she is so devoted to her faith is because she went through a traumatic incident when she was young where she technically died and came back to life. And she believes that she is alive for a reason, which is why she has devoted herself completely to her faith. But at the same time, it also shows how naive of a person she is. She devoted to herself so young that she believes that every person who does the same as her, people who are completely religious, are exactly like her, just good inside. When actually that's not the case where people are. With the setting she's in, this place goes from covenant to cult real fast. And as things go on, she starts realizing that these people are not what they seem to be, and that they are not going to allow her to leave no matter what she wants. So it's interesting to see how she develops in that kind of setting. The one thing I feel like could have been better in this movie, well, it was the one thing I only saw that I had a problem with, was that it was too obvious. There were many things that I felt coming, or the parts that I'm guessing that was supposed to, make us jump. I saw it coming from a mile away. So, the movie was very obvious when it came to the horror aspect, especially in the end where we have the big villain reveal. I saw that coming like from the middle of the movie, but it seemed like it moved away from the horror aspect and more towards the thriller aspect. So, I'm not saying it still wasn't a good watch, though. I feel like, though, it could have been a little bit more surprising and stayed more on the horror side than the thriller side. But that's just how I feel about it. Overall, I'm going to give Immaculate a B, a very solid, subdue, psychological horror flick. And if you are into these kind of horror movies, this is one I definitely recommend that you should watch. Okay, well, that just about wraps up this review. If you guys have seen Immaculate, please comment here down below what your thoughts were on the movie. Also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time. And remember, stay epic!